Alrighty, guys, in an ideal world, I'm going to be honest with you guys, in an ideal world, this segment would have come out with the last episode of the Access Blockbusters Pod. Unfortunately, we don't live in an ideal world. As soon as, and this has happened before, unfortunately, but as soon as I hit upload on the entire podcast, I went online, just checking out the news, and saw that there was something else that had just snuck in under the wire. So we're going to be talking about it. It's a little bit late, but I still wanted to talk about it because it is obviously very, very interesting. So we talked actually, and I'm glad we did, because a couple weeks ago, this had kind of come out very sneakily that Ryan Reynolds had done an interview, I think with Time Magazine, that he was writing a new Deadpool project. Lo and behold, we got reports. Hollywood Reporter was the one who scooped this, or who got the exclusive, that Ryan Reynolds is exploring the idea of a Deadpool X-Men team-up movie. This is very interesting because of Deadpool and Wolverine, also because of the state of the MCU, and just where the character will be going in general, because Ryan Reynolds talked about the fact that he wants the character to be more of a supporting cast member in these kinds of films rather than the lead. So we'll see what this kind of movie looks like. But I'm going to read a couple quotes here from the Hollywood Reporter article, and then we'll go from there. So this is what it says. Quote, Reynolds is exploring ideas for a Deadpool movie that would feature X-Men characters, as well as continuing to script the Paramount comedy Boy Band after writing a priority for much of this year before tackling other obligations, sources tell the Hollywood Reporter. The multi-hyphenate is working on various treatments for an ensemble film featuring 3 or 4 X-Men characters. Deadpool would, of course, appear, but perhaps only as a supporting player. Reynolds is said to believe that keeping his F-bomb-wielding anti-hero more on the sidelines could allow for the X-Men characters to be used in unexpected ways. Reynolds has been open about every Deadpool movie needing a strong reason to exist, and it's possible that this could provide the avenue he needs. The potential film, this is also very interesting because I don't think we talked about this explicitly, but this is, I guess, another confirmation about the upcoming X-Men film in the MCU. I think we did talk about this actually a little bit, but anyways, the potential film is separate from a potential X-Men film that Hunger Games writer Michael Leslie is penning for Marvel Studios, and it goes on to talk about other things that Reynolds has been doing. So, what is this movie? First of all, this movie is not coming out before Secret Wars, obviously. Right? Ryan Reynolds has other obligations, including that movie Boy Band, which he's doing with Sean Levy and Hugh Jackman, I believe. So this movie would be coming out in many years, probably 3 or 4 years at the minimum is when this Deadpool team-up movie would come out, which means unless the cast of X-Men characters is going to use the same cast of the X-Men it's going to appear in Secret Wars, so Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart, and goodness knows that Ian McKellen, he's going to be 90 years old by the time that Ryan Reynolds, whatever this X-Men Deadpool team-up movie is going to come out. I doubt it, right? So what this means to me is that this is going to be a team-up movie between Deadpool and the new cast of X-Men. Or perhaps not even the new cast of whatever that X-Men movie is going to be that Michael Leslie is writing, but newer characters, recast characters that are probably not going to be in that X-Men movie, to be quite honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if this turns into that kind of X-Force movie that was talked about after Deadpool 2 came out. I think that would be a very fun kind of movie where Deadpool is the coach almost of an X-Force kind of team, and then you kind of go from there and see where the character fits in. So what this to me, right, this doesn't confirm or deny at all that Deadpool is going to not appear in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars. He still can. But I like, again, the intentionality that Ryan Reynolds has with all of his projects with Deadpool. I think it makes sense that, you need this character to be very specific and to appear in very specific scenarios. And I think that for the 4th film, or whatever he's going to call it, right? If it's not going to be a 4th film explicitly, it could just be X-Force, and Deadpool is one of the main supporting characters in it. I think that would be really fun. But I think that this is a fun way to go because Deadpool and Wolverine, it's fine to continue making Deadpool comedy solo films for a while, and even Deadpool and Wolverine was more of a team-up film than anything else, although Deadpool was obviously the main character. And I think that doing this is smart. I think it's going to freshen up the character. It's going to allow him to really be that character that that endeared us to him in the first place, and really be a side character, kind of a smart aleck kind of supporting role. And I think that this is going to work very well. So I'm presuming from this news that this is going to be a Ryan Reynolds team up with a few cast members of whoever is going to be part of this new X-Men franchise moving forward. I don't think it's going to be any of Hugh Jackman, unfortunately. Maybe Hugh Jackman, but I doubt it. I think it's going to be a brand new cast of whoever, maybe a new, I don't know, a new Iceman and maybe a new Colossus and a new Kitty Pryde and a new Jubilee, and they're going to team up with I don't know, I'm just making up a random cast of characters from the X-Men library that's going to team up with Deadpool to do something fun in this post-Secret Wars MCU. And I think that that's exciting. I really, really do. So guys, what do you think of the news that Ryan Reynolds is currently developing and writing an X-Men Deadpool team-up movie? I think that that's very interesting. Let me know in the comments down below.